Welcome to a new season of Cozy Moon Podcast. This is season 5 of Cozy Moon. My name is Shan, mom of the girls. This is a podcast where we talk about surviving parenting, the realness about preggo-ness, and giving really good tips on being our best parent and evolving every day. So if that's what you're looking for, you're at the right place. Together, Sarah's smile. It's my song. Hey guys, this is Shan. Welcome to Cozy Moon Podcast. I have a good one for you today. Today, I wanted to do an episode on us as people, as society, as men, women, and other children, teenage, in your 20s, to make a conscious effort to stop shaming girls and their bodies in society. I mean, if you think about it, to grow up as a child, as a little girl now, and see women focusing on tummy tea, women focusing on getting their waist snatched, women focusing on these lashes, plastic surgery, getting the right butt, a lot of women dying from putting caulking in their bodies. You have society telling you, like, who's the baddest B word, and them hearing that. And a lot more shows putting sex in scenes that are supposed to involve teenagers and children, drugs. I don't see a lot of shows or films on eating disorders anymore, like I did growing up. But if you think about it, there's a lot of pressure on little girls and their bodies and what they should, focus on becoming. And it's just exhausting. And to be a mom of 2 daughters, I wanted to speak to another mom that had a daughter also, and she also has a son. But I wanted to focus on the girls because I feel like the girls set the standard for what the boys become, what they strive for, and what their standards are. Because if the girls are not giving the boys attention, then they're going to figure out what the girls want, what the girls like, what they need to do, who they need to be better for themselves, and also to attract the girls that they want. But the thing is, what are the girls now seeing as go-to as far as the people I should hang with? The boyfriend, quote unquote, later on, that I should want. What does that look like? What do they sound like? What is the standard? And today, with our families being so different, I think we have to focus on, what are girls' insecurities? When do they start? What is the family dynamic like? What is the standard? Are there values set in place? What is their mom like? What is their dad like? Do they have siblings? Do they know that they're beautiful already? The people in the family, do they tell them that? What else did I want to focus on? The fact that kids shows are not kid shows anymore. I know my 6-year-old comes to me and she asks me so many adult word questions, and I know she's only exposed to it because another child asked her or told her about it, or she heard it in a song, or it's on YouTube. And the push for pedophilia being like a sexual preference is going on. Some states are forcing sex education in kindergarten on children, and it's just very invasive. And man, where is the line drawn? I wanted to talk to a good friend of mine named Ashley. She has a son and a daughter, and I just feel like her perspective on, what she's doing to instill confidence in her daughter and her son, and what does that look like. So it's a 2-part recording because, we dipped and dived in different topics, and this is part 1. Hope you enjoy.
Hey, it's Anya Dula, and I am the host of Intercultured with Anya Dula. Intercultured with Anya Dula is a podcast that focuses on motherhood, culture, birth work, and travel. And it's just a place for women to come together to discuss our philosophies on motherhood, to discuss our work and birth work, if that's what we do, but mainly to bring women of all different cultures together so that we can talk about how we mother, how we #do motherhood, so that we can learn from one another and learn to love each other. That's really what it's all about. I hope you'll join us. Intercultured with Anya Dula podcast is available on all the major podcast stations. I hope you'll join us. Can't wait to connect.
She's just too much.
Ari just had a whole emotional fit because Anya tickled her. And I'm just like, girl, get out my face.
Right. Johnny the same way. Johnny is the same way.
Oh, God. All right, so this is an easy episode. Nothing big deal. You got kids, I got kids. This topic is mainly towards girls. Just because right now, I just feel like women's bodies are getting ridiculous. And I would hate to be a little girl seeing everything and trying to figure out where I fit in that.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about, like, how do we as people in society, men and women, and mostly mothers, stop shaming girls and their bodies? Or how do we as like society stop shaming girls in their bodies? And this is a Cozy Womb episode, and I am here with Ashley.
Yo.
Listen, Ashley and I go way back. You know what I'm saying? Urban Outfitters, you know.
Urban freaking out.
Pre-kids, this life, you know what I'm saying? So we both have kids. She's been fortunate to have a boy and a girl. I don't know what that is. I have 2 girls. But tonight we're just talking about girls. And I want to focus on society stop shaming, girls and their bodies, and how can we do that? How can we help them be better and comfortable in their skin? So for me, I think when it comes to like social media, music, grandparents with old mindset, because I feel like those are very toxic. Because it's hard to have like an old way of thinking blend into like 2020.
Right. Absolutely.
Like it doesn't make no sense. And my thing is with scared parents and sicko adults, like preying on kids, trying to make it seem like, oh, it's just like it's a sexual preference to want a child, or it's a sexual preference to want a girl, a woman with a not well-developed body dress up like a girl. No, that's pedophilia.
Right.
Exactly. I don't understand why there is a section on porn sites that is free to the public, meaning if your daughter or your son has a phone, they can easily Google this and it'll pop up. Like the doors, the floodgates have been opened for children to be exposed to adult things. And I'm not understanding why the government is allowing this. I'm not understanding why websites are allowed to do this, but there should not be like a category called, let's say for instance, lollies, where it's really focused on women and boys dressed up as children and people perform sexual acts.
I've never heard of that before.
Girl, so what I try to do, I try to keep myself informed when it comes to like my nephews, my nieces, and my own children. I try to keep myself informed because I do not want to be left out of the lingo. I do not want them to be having a whole different conversation in front of me and I don't know that they're talking about something sexual. So
Right.
I need to be up on what's happening. So that's what that section is. Lollies, people dressed up as kids where grown adults perform sexual acts.
Wow. See, my kids are, well, Journey more than anything. Ashad, he's on Fortnite almost like nonstop during the day into the evening. So yeah, I know what he doing. But even I've had to just talk to him about, safety of using the game and who you talking to and all this stuff. Journey, on the other hand, Journey is your YouTube, TikTok kid. She
Girl.
loves YouTube, she loves TikTok, and I have no problem with those. And I'm not gonna lie, I know you as a mom. I know you as a mama. Me as a mama, if I don't be having the energy sometimes to, like, you know what I'm saying? But there was an incident that happened where she was trying to type in something and it pulled up like an adult kissing scene, and it didn't get, it was basically like soft porn. It wasn't,
it was on YouTube.
On YouTube.
Yeah.
So I had to talk to her about, you know what I'm saying? Like, be careful what you're typing in. If something like this pops up, let me know, because it was like 30 seconds into the video and she was able to switch it. But I mean, even 30 seconds of seeing something can be a lot for a child or whatever. And I have, older cousins. I don't really have any nieces and nephews. The one niece and nephew that I have, they're younger than my children, so I know they're not on anything. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not saying it's hard for me, because it's not hard. It's just an extra step that I as a parent need to take. But I think I have, let Journey know enough what she should not be looking at, and also allow her to be comfortable enough to come and tell me or her sister, like, hey, I'm not supposed to be on this. Now, granted, she didn't necessarily tell us when it happened. We just so happened to go into watch history and saw it or whatever. And I'm like, hey, did you see this? And I kind of freaked out at first because of my own, trauma as a child. But it was just like, I don't want you to see things before you know what they are, before I can explain them to you. Because it's just, like you said, the floodgates are just open. And I have a boy and a girl, and you're fortunate. I mean, no, I will say you're not fortunate. having girls is hard. I'm fortunate to have a boy, because right now Ashad is really in his video game stage, so he's not checking, but he want a girlfriend, but I think
you don't know what that is entirely yet, and he's not interested.
That's what everybody else is doing. But Journey, on the other hand, I can just tell, as a child, she is more developed, and that's the part that kind of worries me, because her body, I'm like, I know at 12, 13, I'm gonna have some real live talks with you about how people are going to perceive you, because it's just sickos out there.
Yes.
Period.
So when going back to what you said, when it comes to like Journey seeing something that you haven't had the chance to discuss to her, that is so key, because to me, I see it like this: if I don't teach Anya and Ari what they need to know from my aspect of life, how it is now, they're gonna go outside and somebody else is gonna teach them. Perfect example. Anya, they go to a camp, and after Anya goes to after school and before school at this camp. Sometimes I might drop her off at school. Sometimes I'll drop her off there and they'll take her to school. And I'll pick them both up from there at the end of the day. So Anya was there, and she said some girl asked her, can I love you? And so Anya was like, what you mean? And she was like, can I love you? Do you want to be my girlfriend? And I was like, no, girl. And she said she walked away. But what that tells me is that child has been exposed to knowing what these words mean in the context that she wanted to say it. Right. So I talked to the camp director, and she was like, and I told her what was said. Anya told me the name of the girl. And she said, "Oh, I will talk to her because she is very grown. Her parents are bisexual."
Okay, so that's what you get it from.
But this is the thing. So let's say I've never had a conversation with Anya about what bisexual is. I never had a conversation with Anya about what girl on girl is. If you watch television now, in every movie almost, and in every show, there's a bisexual man or woman, there's a lesbian woman, there's a gay man. And I don't have any issue with that. What I have an issue with is you said that this show or this movie is supposed to be rated G. It don't got rated G things in it.
Disney is good for that. Disney needs
Disney is pushing that now because now they're having characters that we know as adults, you know, what their character sexual decision is. But kids don't know, so they're trying to get kids comfortable with seeing that. And granted, I do know that there are some kids that are just more flamboyant than most. There are some girls that are just more boyish than most, okay? When I was growing up, we called them tomboys, but now it's just more like, you know what? You feel like you're a boy. You do things like a boy. You feel comfortable if somebody calls you a boy. Let's allow children to pick their own gender. And I feel like children don't even know themselves enough to know what that is. Like Anya asked me, what does sex mean? And I have to ask her now in what context? Like, what do you mean? How was it used when you heard it? Did you hear somebody say, I want to have sex? Did you hear somebody ask, what is your sex? Or did you see it on paper? And she said she saw it on a paper that said, what is your sex? And I had to explain to her, male goes for boys. F goes for female, which is for girls or women. So you can't be no parent out here resistant to the outside.
Right.
Like, it's going to come in.
I'm tired of having to explain things. And I was like, you know, this is the part where being a parent it's tricky because I don't mind explaining things, but you know, like I said, just with Disney and, you know, just shows on Netflix or YouTube, I just get tired of explaining things. I'm not gonna lie. I just feel like, you know, there are certain things that, you know, they're just introducing way too early. You know, I commend the parents that allow their children to, you know, be themselves and, you know, make those choices. But I also believe in being the adult, being the parent, and, you know, just saying like, hey, this is how it is. And if you do choose to be this way, you know, I don't want to make it hard for you, but there are people out here in this world that will try to make things hard for you.
Yes. They're not going to be as accepting.
Right.
January 20th of this year, Washington State Democrats, these people in government, pushed a mandatory sex ed for kindergartners. Okay.
That's really too early.
Listen, that's like me going to my 6-year-old, my 5-year-old saying, okay, let me tell you exactly what sex is. Let me tell you about your organs. Let me tell you about a boy's penis. Let me tell you about your
I'm okay with them introducing it in a way of safety matters, like, you know, hey, these are boy parts, and boy parts, you know, we don't touch with girl parts, and
right. But we need to change the name. It's not sex ed. It's let's say talks about body awareness.
Right, body awareness. There you go.
We could do that, but for kindergartners,
I'm cool with that.
They don't need to know sex ed.
Right. I didn't have sex ed until like middle school, but realistically,
6th, 7th grade is when I had it.
My mom already bought us books when we were, so if my sister was in like 5th or 6th, I was in like 3rd or 4th. So we had already had books, but it was still based on the body part. It wasn't real live like sex education, handing out condoms, you know, all of that. And I mean, at that age, children aren't even, trying to do that. Like, yeah, you may have some kids who, know their bodies a little bit more and, they're a little bit more curious, but that's stuff that, that happens in the home or at someone's home.
Yes. Like, I would feel better if I can do that in my home. I don't want someone on the outside telling my child that you have a clitoris.
Right, girl. Yeah, that's a sit-in, honey. What y'all about to tell?
My thing is, because I have dealt with being sexually abused as a child, my earliest thought on that was 5. I was younger than Anya when that started with me, and it went all the way up until I was 15, off and on. For me, I still cringed if I was in a room and my mom was watching General Hospital and somebody kissed and she was in the room.
Oh God, I'm like that too.
Like that still. Like I do not want to watch a sex scene with my mom in the room.
Facts. Listen, I have a sister who is 2 years older than me, and I don't even like watching sex scenes with her in the room. It's just like you said, and I dealt with sexual abuse as well, roughly as early as you did. So I totally understand that. And like I said, even when finding, Journey, was able to have access to that type of video, I had a talk with her and everything, and I had to like go to the bathroom and just kind of like cry, because I'm like, I don't want her to be exposed to these things, so early on. And I know it was a mistake, but and she's on my YouTube no less, because there's certain videos that she is okay to watch that I allow her to watch that you just can't even pull it up on YouTube Kids. And it's it's kind of dumb, because the stuff that you can watch on YouTube Kids is just like, it's so limited. And I get why
and that's why Anya hates YouTube Kids. So I ended up taking it off of the TV. I have a smart TV. I ended up taking it off of there. But now you can't even delete YouTube. Like, there's no way for me to take YouTube off. So I try to parental control it. But you have some videos that's like, she's very into like people playing with toys and videos. Right. She's very into like watching people play video games and talking over it. And some of those people, some of those people cuss. Some of those people, makes like sexual innuendos. And she's asking me about everything. She asked me today, what does hilarious mean?
Right.
Okay. I said, it means really, really funny. And then she'll come to me and she'll point to her body. What is this before I get boobs? What is this called? I said, this called your chest and you have a nipple. Like, these questions, I'm tempted to get her a Google Home or Alexa, because I'm tired of her questioning me about every little thing. She asked me, how do they make noodles?
That's what I'm saying, man. The questions, it's just so much. It's overwhelming, because I just, sometimes we just don't see it coming. And like you said, my Journey is the same way. She watches people, she watches the families and how, they play with their kids and everything like that. But there's this one video where the dad, he'll dress like Batman or something like that. And he's weird as hell to me. And I'm just like, I don't want you watching that. Like, no shade, but we don't do that. We, as in Black, we don't do that. We not about to be playing with y'all like that. Like that shit, I don't know. He's just so weird to me. And some of the stuff he says, sometimes I'm like, I gotta watch it. So she's moved off of that, and then she used to love watching like Lucas and Marcus, but they're big. I think they're 20 something now, but like, their girlfriend will do like a I'm pregnant prank with a belly, and I'm just like,
yes. And so I was spreading my bed. I was minding my business Sunday. I was spreading my bed, and Aya comes in and she was like, you know what? I just really need you to explain to me where babies come from. I know they come out of your stomach, but I need to know, how do you make them? I said, you know what? You don't need to know right now.
Right.
But the fact that she knows, she ain't going for the old okie doke.
Right.
And she knows more that goes into it.
They come out of my butt. That's what I told her. I said, I pooped you out. I pooped you out of my stomach. That's what I did.
A part of me want to be like, you know what, Anya? When you kiss a boy, you have a baby. You don't want to be having no babies. Don't be kissing no boys. That's what I want to tell her. But
it don't work. It don't work.
Anya's the type of kid that if you tell her something and she see you in the process of doing what you told her and what you told her is going to happen and didn't happen, she will call you out. She done called me out too many times.
That's why you're not falling for the okie doke. Not happening. Sorry.
Like, it's 58% of girls feel pressure to be a certain weight. And now you have women with body shapers, flat tummy tea. You have them like getting surgeries to look a certain way. And then you have these little girls that's just like, oh, she's pretty. Oh, she's not cute. Or, oh, that's ugly. And I have to check them and be like, that's not ugly. Maybe you don't like her hair like that. Maybe you've never seen somebody wear this. It's not ugly. You just don't like it. You need to learn how to say, I don't like that, instead of saying that's ugly.
Yeah, I have to teach about that a lot because she can be very negative.
Right, even when it comes down to food. So I've been juicing my butt off. Okay, I've been juicing my butt off, and I've been making all types of juices. And I made a beet juice, and Anya was like, "What kind of juice is that?" I said, "It's a veggie juice. It has beets in it." She was like, "Ew, that's nasty." I said, "Have you ever tasted it?" And she said, "No." I said, "Well, you need not to say that anything is nasty that you've never tasted."
Yeah,
and that is going to help them in elementary school, middle school, high school, being in their young 20s when people take them out to different restaurants. And that can be like a personality characteristic that people be like, ew, like, I don't like her. Like, she's very judgmental. She makes assumptions about things without even trying them. And that's how it starts. And when you don't catch kids like that and you correct them in their word usage, they're going to come off like they're bad people, and they're really not. They just haven't been checked.
Right. They haven't been taught the right way to say, like, oh, okay, not something I probably like, but that's for you. Like, I'm on a whole vegetarian journey. We ain't gonna say trying to be vegan, because I know some of the stuff I eat got eggs and all that other stuff in it. But I'm
trying to get off of dairy, and I'm trying to get off of meat. And I know the girls are going to be upset at me because they love to eat eggs for breakfast.
But see, you don't have to, like, for me, I make my meals how I want. I don't stop my kids from eating it. If they want to continue to eat, turkey sausage and all that, I'll still buy it because I don't want to restrict them. I want them to make, something like that on their own. Now, if I see, that it's giving you problems, like, Journey may not be able to eat cheese, or, she may not be able to eat pork, I'll do that. But try not to limit them, because it may not even be something that they're truly interested in, and then they grow up like, I'm about to eat all the lemon pepper wings I can.
Oh yeah. That happens. Like, I know for sure, like, when my kids leave when my kids leave my house and they go over to their friend's house and they got soda, and they be like, ooh, let me get some of that. I ain't never had soda before. My mom don't do soda. She don't bring soda in the house. We don't get it at restaurants. Let me taste some. I know they're going to be like that. But I feel like as long as they're within my zone, and I could do everything to make sure that they're their healthiest before they get to make their own choices, we ain't drinking this. We ain't eating it.
Yeah, now soda, I'm with you on that. But I'm not going to lie. I'm bad about, I won't buy soda, and I won't buy like a lot of sugary snacks. But I'll buy some candy every now and again. And you can't talk because you love candy.
Girl, don't get it twisted, because that big old candy jar that you done left is full all the time.
You are the candy queen. But
that's always been one con with me, because I grew up with a mother that was not strict. And her candy hiding spots, quote unquote, were always the same every time. So it was like, she'll say, no, you don't need any candy, but she's not stopping me from getting the candy. She's not stopping me from having the candy, and she's not stopping herself from buying it for me. So now I'm 32, I have 2 kids, and candy is still a thing.
Yeah.
But for them, I know, like, it's my job to make sure they don't have cavities. So
yeah, I'm definitely guilty of, kind of like getting them some candy every now and again. And living in North Carolina now and having been with my grandparents' house at my grandparents' house for almost 2 years, like my grandma, it's no grandma. They can't have, it's just like bulldoze, like, who can't have what? I'm gonna buy it and you're gonna have to deal with it. And I'm like, oh, I hate that so much. And I have now kind of taken on some of that, like, you know what, just get it, because I really don't want to hear about it. Honestly, if I don't get it, my grandparents will go and get it. And that's really sad. That's why we're leaving.
That was my mom, because, Anya has this issue now where right after she eats something, she wants to eat something else. And I'm just like, you're not hungry. There's no way you're hungry. I'm not even hungry. And so I told my mom, and my mom was like, she's growing. You need to just feed her. I said, if it was up to you, Anya would be up in here obese with an A cup.
Yes. Say that. I already told Journey, you're going to need a training bra next year for school, because my grandma would pick them up from school for me when I was working, and I was working almost like an hour away. So there was no like getting off and getting them from school. And I don't know if you ever heard of Bojangles, but she would get them like Bojangles or McDonald's, and she has to take care of my grandfather who has dementia. So it's no like I'm about to cook. And I don't like her kitchen, no shade, but it's just, it's an old kitchen. I don't like cooking in it. So I just be like, well, I ain't cooking nothing for her. And I ate out, but I would get like my salads and stuff because of where I was. And, she would pack them lunches every day, but it would be like peanut butter jelly, turkey sandwiches. But after school, she would get them Bojangles or McDonald's. And next thing I know, Journey is like, this don't look like my child. Like I look at old pictures of how slim she was, and now I'm like, ooh.
Girl, I saw a picture of them. I said, oh my God, they growing too much.
Yes, Ashad is growing up. Journey is growing a little up, but she's growing out. And I'm like, this isn't good. And we went to the doctor last week just to like get a checkup and get some eczema cream and everything. And they were like, can we have her come back to take like a fasting test or something? And I'm like, well, what is that for? And they're like, we just want to check on her cholesterol. And I'm like, oh God, but luckily Journey is the type of child that will try to follow me. So where I may not really take all the, turkey sausage and all that away, if I make something, then she will try it, and she likes it, she will eat the entire thing. Like I just made a cauliflower rice stir fry, and it's just nothing but vegetables, no meat, nothing at all. And she liked it, and I'm like, okay, cool. So I just try to note the things that I know they'll like, because I feel like I can't fully make that transition until I know the things that they like, because my kids are old enough to say like, hey, I don't like that, and I don't want to eat that, and I ain't wasting no food.
Yeah, I don't like wasting food, but at the same time, I know what kind of kids I have. Like Ari, she ain't no veggie, no. So, she always been like that. And even when I was pregnant with her, I couldn't juice. I couldn't have like, healthy stuff, because she would make me throw it up.
That's the big thing right there.
I already knew she was gonna be a problem, so she don't eat veggies. So I had to get organic. No soy, no peanut, no sugars, veggie and fruit vitamins. It's from a company called Llama, where you have to put it in the fridge. Like it's made from real fruit, but it has like all the nutrients they need to get out of vitamins. And so I give her those because I don't have no other thing that I could give her. Ensure they have carnitine and Ensure, which leads up to cancer. So I can't get her like no Ensure like that. The milk that they drink is it's a nut milk, either soy or some other milk. As far as like dairy, she already loves eggs, but eggs is high in cholesterol, and chicken is high in cholesterol. So I try to let them have a meat, like 2 meats per week, and then the rest is just like, for dinner tonight they had macaroni and cheese, but they had the Annie's brand of macaroni and cheese, not the regular Easy Mac macaroni and cheese.
Girl, you is that Annie's mac and cheese is expensive as hell for that little.
Like, yeah, it's 130 something versus you buying a pack of the regular macaroni and cheese for $7. But when you look into like the ingredients, it kind of makes sense. And so when I go to the store, it takes me longer because I'm more so looking at like, okay, let me flip this around and see what's in it. If it has soy in it, I'm not buying it. My whole thing is like, I want to keep my kids as long as I can keep them kids. And the thing that I hated about growing up is I felt like my mindset and my chance to fully be within my kid zone was taken from me. So I had to be a child size with adult thinking and adult problems, and I don't want that for them. But when it comes to parents not being aware of what their children are eating, especially girls, they're going to produce body parts faster, which is going to make adults come at them more. Unfortunately, no matter if they say, "Hi, I'm 10." Well, you look about 16, so it's cool with me. Just don't say nothing.
Right. And I've had that talk with Journey about, what to say if someone, I've even had that talk with Ashai, because I'm aware people molest little boys too, and I'm always like, having that conversation because like I said, I know Journey is developing more body wise. To me, she seems to be developing faster than other little girls her age. Body wise, she just looks bigger. In comparison to some other kids, and even
if you look at the girls' clothes now, when it's swimsuit season, you will see a little cute 2-piece here and there, but now you see 2 pieces. It's hard for you to find a 1 piece that they gonna like. They usually make the 1 pieces ugly, so they want to go for the 2 pieces. Okay?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a 2-piece mama because I like Journey to show her little belly.
Right. It's cute to us, but it may turn on a sicko. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll make swimsuits with the cutouts at the side. Or when I can't go into the store and go into the girls section and find pants for Anya that are not skinnies, that are not leggings. Like, why does it have to be so tight? Why is it showing my child's figure? So sometimes I make it a point to try to go into the boys section and find something slim, but they got skinnies too. So you see like the push to show the body of the person regardless of their man, woman, or baby. Even babies got skinny jeans. Why the hell a baby got skinny jeans?
Girl, hello.
So I'm just like, I'm not understanding. And then I really don't want to touch the training bras until I got to touch the training bras. I want to touch the training bras at 13 because 13 sounds like an age where you should be needing a training bra.
Girl, you lucky. I might be touching a training bra next school semester.
And then like Anya's legs are really long, so she looks a lot older now. My mom had her stand next to me while I was washing dishes yesterday, and the girl is at above my elbow.
Oh wow! Oh God, sheesh.
And I'm 5 foot.
Yeah, she's
and
definitely.
She's not even. She'll be in the 1st grade, I guess, later this year or next year. And I'm just like, girl, we gonna fight.
Can't help that baby height.
I'm just like, man, what's going on? And then you have girls who are unhappy with themselves, whether their looks or their body, and they're usually depressed or they're mean to other people. It's hard to get your child to be in a balance of knowing who they are and accepting other people when they're like that. And then you have to worry about eating disorders. And then you have to worry about them having friends out of fear, not friends because they like a person. So it's so many levels of what girls deal with, how they pick people to be around, why they pick people, and do you have that honest relationship with your daughter where they're going to tell you everything up front?
Yeah, absolutely. I always hope that I'm doing a good job of, you know, making Journey comfortable. I have to watch my temperament sometimes because Journey talks a lot. She want to ask you 1,000 questions.
That's
She want to
Anya.
show you everything. Like, look at this YouTube video. Look at this TikTok. Look at this magic trick. Look at this, and it's just like, oh, this is overwhelming, baby girl.
Girl, I be like, Anya.
And
She's
I
like,
have to watch it.
why you always call my name like that? I know when you call
Right.
my name like that, you bothered by me. Well, sometimes you call my name too. What about when you? I said, girl, stop having to have the last say.
Yep. That's what I'm dealing with right now. And Journey will get to the point where she'll call me and I may be doing something. I may just be using the bathroom and I'm like, what? She like, never mind. And I feel so bad because I'm like, you know, I just know you're my extra child. You need that extra love and attention. And, you know, it's a lot when you are a single parent to just, you know, give. Like sometimes I'm like, I don't even have all of that to give to myself. And you want me to give it to you?
Yes,
baby
and
girl.
imagine having two sensitive girls. I called Anya's daddy the other day, and she asked him. She was like, "I need you to buy me that speaker," and he was like, "What?" She was like, "That speaker thing that talks to me and answers my questions." So he was like, "Get your mom phone." So I was talking to him. He was like, "What is she talking about?" I said, "Like a Alexa, like a Google Home." He was like, "I ain't buying that. You could answer a question." I said, "You're not here. You do not
Right.
know how many
You have
questions
questions a
she's
day.
asking me."
Exactly. And that's the thing. It's like they really have no idea how tiring that is. I actually said when we move, because we're moving back in a couple of weeks, whoop whoop. Journey, when she gets her own room, I'm legit gonna set up like a camera that she can hook up to the TV. And she can literally just perform, you know, for herself because she wants a YouTube video and I'm not going through all of that. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not doing all that. I'm not JoJo Siwa's mom. You know,
That girl is loaded, honey.
Right, she's loaded. But I'm like, I'm not doing all that. Like, I don't think you're at the age where you even need that type of attention. Like, you just don't. She has
But they feel like they do, and they feel like because other kids do it, they have to do it. And I don't have any issue with that. If you are passionate about it, go for it. But if it's just something you're doing because other people do it, don't.
And that's the thing. It's like, what are you going to be talking about? Are you just going to be playing with your LOLs? Because that's not, I mean, to me, that's not content. You just playing with things. So it's no point in her TikTok.
But to them, they love it. They watch kids play with other stuff all day. So I'm watching these two kids where they make pancake characters.
Oh, is it the two guys?
No, it's a boy and a girl, and they sit with like this hot plate, and they squirt the pancake batter onto the hot plate, and they make characters.
So there's with these two guys, they do it, and really they just wasting a whole bunch of crap. Like they'll do like big gummies, and they'll do pancakes, and I'm just like, am I boring? Am I just like not creative? Because
yes,
this ain't it. What are we doing with our time? This is not it.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. Like, do you talk to your kids anything about like gender roles being forced on kids, or is it something that, you know, your son will do over your daughter?
So yeah, Ashad, you know, is responsible for taking out the trash. That's it right now because we don't have our own place. Once we do, again, Ashad is responsible for taking out the trash. I want to get Ashad to the point where it's like, and this is just really me being a lazy mom. It's not even like a gender thing. Like, go clean my car out, you know, go clean out all the trash, you know, all that stuff. Journey is still pretty young in my eyes. To me, she's still like my baby, so I don't have her do as much. But Journey volunteers a lot. Like, she will come and clean my car if Ashad doesn't do it quick enough. She will wash the dishes if he doesn't come and do it quick enough. So she's just going to be one of those girls. I feel bad for whoever her boyfriend going to be, because if he don't do it when she wanted to be done, she's going to do it herself.
And she's going to make him feel pointless.
Yeah, she's gonna get irritated and he's not gonna last long. So I do make it a point to, you know, tell Ashad, this is what you're supposed to do as a big brother versus this is what you're supposed to do as a boy. Because I like you said, I mean, I want them to remain kids as long as possible. And I don't want them to feel like my mom kind of like put my sister in the position, like, you're the big sister, you should know better, you have to watch after your sister. And it's like, well, she's a child, she ain't responsible for me.
You know what? When you have two kids or more at the same sex, you have to set that preference or that line of like responsibility that, Anya, if you see Ari in this room standing on top of the bookshelf about to jump off, you should come tell me, or you should get her down. It shouldn't be nothing where you let her do it and she fall and she hurt herself, because I'm gonna get mad at you and I'm gonna get mad at her. There shouldn't be no jumping on the bed. Like, because you know more, you should be able to set that line of, boundaries. If you don't set it,
God tells all of that.
Yeah, if you don't set it, I'm gonna be upset. But even when it comes to the whole trash thing with your son, right? With that, I feel like it's important for people with daughters to also teach them, if Ashad is not here, I expect you to take this trash out if it's full. Yeah. I don't expect you to drop this trash on the floor, because a lot of women now are
nasty.
Girl, nasty, trifling, and that's the reason why a man don't want to be with them. Is because they can't keep up a house, and they get to this point where I do my hair, I do my nails, I pay my bills, I look cute, I buy clothes, I buy my groceries, but it ain't my job to wash no car if I need to wash my car, and I can. It ain't my job to take out no trash because I'm a woman. And if I get with a man, he need to pay all the bills. That's a mind of trash for me. Because you shouldn't be sitting expecting no man to do nothing for you. You should be able to do it yourself. Now, it would be nice for a man to be able to do those things, but you ain't no squatting duck. You better put some gloves on and be able to get your hands dirty. You better know what that sound is in your car when you need to go take it to get an oil change or whatever. You better know and be able to buy yourself 4 new tires. Like, this mindset that a man is supposed to do this only and a woman is supposed to do this only is messing a lot of adults up. There are women in their 40s right now that look like their life is all set up and they're missing a man. But when you go into their homes, they're missing a man because they can't keep their house clean.
And quarantine is exposing them all.
Girl, they don't do their laundry. Their bathroom looks like, who died in here? And it's kind of like, you spend all this time making the outside of the package look cute, but when I open it up, I'm not trying to stay here.
Facts. Yeah, no, my mom, she taught us very early on, how to be really, really clean and, all that stuff. So I commend her on that journey. Like I said, Journey's really good at volunteering. Now, what I will say that is also overwhelming about her, she'll have toys just everywhere. Like, she can't play in one room. She got to play in, the second bedroom, in my sister's room, in the bathroom, in the closet, in the living room. Mm-hmm. And it's tiring to say, like, hey, get your stuff. But I know that comes from her just not having her own space, because I told her, when you get your own room, you are free to have toys all over the place if you want to. I don't care. Just don't have food in here. But you are responsible for cleaning up your room every single night. Ashad is not going to have that problem, because as long as he has a PlayStation, he could care less about a toy. But Journey, on the other hand, the LOL queen, LOL clothes, dolls, doll heads, all over the place.
Growing up, I hated walking into people's homes when I was a kid and even as an adult. And I know you got kids, but I don't want to see that you got kids at the front door.
Right. That's why I'm like, this stuff
if it ain't pictures and it ain't artwork on the wall that's telling me you got kids, and there's toys and food stuff all over the place, I don't want to be here. All right, nice to see you. I catch you another time. That's how I see it. So with my girls, it's like, yes, they share a room, but if they want a snack, go clean that room. If you want to come here and watch TV, go clean that room. Get the toys from under the dresser. Get the toys from behind the bed. Get the toys from under the bookshelf. Why is there toys in my hallway? There are no toys allowed in my dining room, on the table.
You would have hated me when my kids were smaller because, baby, I was one of those parents. I'm just like, you know what? I don't care because I'm tired of cleaning the same crap up.
And I really stress to Anya, like, you know how to use a broom, you know how to use a dustpan. I shouldn't have to come into y'all room and clean it. I'm not doing it. If I have to come in here and clean it, then I need to throw some stuff away.
Oh yeah, my mom was that mom. Like, and if it's not right, I'm talking. I did get that part. I will dump that whole drawer and make you sit up there. Stuff all over again. And it's just like, oh, you're being too picky. At least it's done. But it's like, come on, you could put a little more love into it and make it neat.
Yeah.
So I actually have a lot of training
to kids to have like an appreciation of their things.
Yeah. I have a lot of training to do when we get back. We haven't been in our own space since we left your spot. And it was like, just, it's been crazy.
That's super frustrating.
It's been crazy. So like I said, it's like coming back to Atlanta is going to literally feel like a freaking detox because it's so much stuff that they have to unlearn. And I feel like they're going to go into a bit of a shock. But it's like, we're in a new phase in life. This is what we have to do, and that's just what it is because my sister told me this. We've been staying with her since the quarantine. So it started out just as a few weeks, but then as the weeks went on, she was just like, y'all might as well stay here. We don't know when this is going to let up. It's more room over here. So cool, we're here. And one day she came in the living room. She's been working from home and she's like, are you going to let your house be like this? Because I don't want you to be one of those girls who's like, basically, like you said, like pretty on the outside, but then your house looks a mess. And I'm like, well, my thing is, hey, this isn't our house. So we don't have like an official space here. Mm-hmm. So as far as Journey, she's just going wherever she can. Ashad is noisy when he plays the game because he's talking to people on the headset. So I understand her not wanting to be in there with him. Mm-hmm. And then my sister is either working in her room and she's maybe on like a call, so you can't be in there. The only room available for her to just free play is the living room. Mm-hmm. So it's like, unfortunately, yeah, your living room is going to have toys all over it every now and again. But baby, ain't nobody coming over here. Like, let's just look at it like that for a while. Like, no one's coming over here. No one's going to see it. I'll make sure it's clean before we all go to bed because no one wants to wake up to a dirty living room, dirty kitchen or in the morning. But yeah, I have so much that I have to do once we move back and we get into our own place because it's just been kind of a free fall living here. Like living with my grandma, there are no rules. Like you can really do whatever. Journey could have a whole damn row of toys and food in the hallway and my grandma ain't gonna say nothing. She's just gonna pick it up.
That would be my mom. My mom, she's not messy, but my mom is a pack rat. My mom doesn't know when to throw away stuff. So what I've been doing with Anya is she'll eat out of a Jell-O container. She'll clean it out and she'll save it and she'll play with it in the room. She'll eat out of a fruit cup. She'll clean it out and she'll save it and she'll play in the room. Girl, we're not doing this. Pick up this trash, get it out of this room. You don't eat in here. I don't eat in my room. I mean, I eat my M&Ms at my desk, but I don't eat in my room other than that. You eat at the table and you make sure it goes in trash. She'll take my Amazon boxes that I get packages in and play with it in the room. Man.
Journey made a vending machine out of an Amazon box recently. And I'm like, I love the creativity, but this is trash. Okay?
And during this quarantine, there's germs all over this box. No, ma'am.
Right. I'm like, the fact that you really sat up here, put slits in here for coins, and you got coins going through the slit, and you reaching in here. I'm like, this is too much. This is about to drive me crazy. And I don't understand why people, and that's a whole nother subject for a whole nother day. But I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm one of these people. I ain't saying I'm out here in the streets with my kids, but I'm out here in the streets because staying in the house is too damn much. It's too much. I would rather go to the park and walk every single day than sit up in this house and she just inventing shit every 5 minutes.
Yeah, if I could go to a park that's just a walking park, I would, but the park is like a park, and they gonna want to play. They gonna want to touch stuff. And
well, you're gonna have to just venture out, Shan. It's plenty of parks. Mm-hmm. Y'all can walk. When I come back, I'm coming to get y'all. We going to the
tomorrow. My goal is to do my admissions and come right back to the house.
I'm so done. Take them. You know your daughters love outside too. Don't do
they
that.
Love it. We go out to the front. We play with bubbles. I jump rope. And we go into the house. Because Ari doesn't know. Ari, it don't matter how many times I say, Ari, don't touch your face. Don't touch your eyes. Don't touch this. Her mask is off. She dropping stuff on the floor. She putting it in her mouth. I said, no, man. No, man. We got to go in. Give me a wipe. Let me wipe your mouth out. Let's mouthwash. Let's spit. Let's change all your clothes from head to toe. And you need to go take a nap because what you're not about to do. Oh, yeah. And before you go take this nap, take this zinc right here. What you're not about to do is be sick.
Well, what I say to this whole, this am just going to make for the people of America. Seriously, I'm not saying I'm one of the people that is taking things lightly. I think I have grown tired of they're putting out because I was just in Atlanta this past weekend. Hush, I know my mama live in Dunwoody. I was not trying to be on the south side at no part at no point in time. But I was out there and, of course, I wore my mask. My due diligence don't officially. And I was like, I don't want to bring anything back. I just want to be on the side. But honestly, when I'm in North Carolina, like, mask on, mask off. It's just depending on that day because so yeah, we're 18. But what about the flu? We could still catch the flu. There's still stuff we could catch and we could die from. Like this whole agenda that they're pushing, and it is truly an agenda. I'm like, this is no way for people to be cautious. But the reality of it is the longer we keep ourselves locked in and sheltered in place and all this stuff, our immune systems are actually going to weaken just by being in our own environment. And when we go back out, a lot of people are going to get sick because it's no different than a baby being at home with their mom. And then they finally go to daycare and what happens? They get sick instantly because they're around new germs. And I'm like, this is no way. I'm not saying we should go out, of course, and get all the germs because that's not smart. But it's just like, okay, so what happens when we do have to go back out? Like, honestly, people are probably going to be cautious for about 5 minutes and then they're going to be over it. And then this whole COVID, it's going to be like, oh my God, what happened to COVID? Are we still, can we still get
right now? Balance is important. Like, yes, go get your son. But also,
say that one more time. The phone was going out.
Your go get your son is important, but it's all in balance. And also, like, people are not understanding, like, when you're inside, you're not supposed to be junking out. You're not supposed to be, sugaring it up. You're supposed to be eating everything that's going to build up your immune system.
Yeah.
And that's the issue. People are eating like trash. People are not moving. And then people are going out. People are wearing the wrong mask. People are wearing masks for fashion, not masks for health. And people they're going in groups to be around the people they like or they want to be around, but you're still around other people that are around other people when you're not there, that are around other people. And it's like when you have the numbers of different people, going to the hospital for corona and dying of COVID, those numbers are not from people dying of COVID. Those numbers are from people that went into a hospital, got tested, had COVID, and may have died from a doctor or a nurse doing something malpractice. Or
right. Because they're getting money, supposedly. I don't want to allegedly. They're getting money. So, like my grandfather who has dementia, if he passed away right now, the ambulance can come and get him and take him to the hospital or whatever. They can label him as dying from COVID because supposedly they get money from the bodies that are, and it's like, people die from stuff every single day. And the fact that they can do that, which we know that they can, because I love people who like to say, oh, church is a business, church is a business. A hospital is a business too. Pharmaceuticals, that's a business as well. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm saying this whole scare tactic thing that they're doing, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting so sick and tired of it. Now, I haven't been anywhere where there have been large groups of, people that I'm close by. I mean, obviously the grocery store, but like I've had no close contact with several people all at one time. But I'm getting to the point where it's like, I'm not opposed to it. I have had family members who have had the coronavirus who were actually diagnosed with it. Two of them, they were able to, quarantine and they got over it. And then I had an aunt who got it and she passed away, but she had an outpatient surgery the day of. So she had her surgery.
A weekend system already. It was open to.
Right. So it's like, so you got outpatient surgery, then they needed you to come in on call or whatever the case may be, because this was when we were really quarantined at the very beginning. And then she passed away, but she's also older. She's also in her late 70s, I believe. So it's just like, we know this thing is real. We know that people can catch it and we know that people can die, but they're not going to give us real numbers. They're not even going to give us all of the real.
The governor of Georgia just got, put in his place for putting out fake numbers of corona being low in Georgia, and it's not. It's getting higher. But everything is opening up, and I'm just like,
But I really wish there was a number of recovery, because I know people are getting it. But like I said, people are getting the flu.
So basically, there is a number of recovery. Different websites give you the stats. So let's say the stats. But
I'm saying realistic numbers, though, like numbers we actually can know and trust.
Oh no, you're not gonna get that unless you.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's the unfortunate part of that.
Survey. So the numbers that were out for McDonough, which is where I'm closest to, was about 3,000 something people with COVID, and 319 of them recovered. So even with that stat out there, that's gonna tell you better off just going out for what you need and not what you want.
So wait, they said 3,000 people caught
3,000 have COVID, and 319 people recovered from having COVID.
I'm sorry, I do not believe 3,000. I just cannot believe that number. I can't. I honestly cannot believe the number.
So this is my thing, because nobody knows what this is, because you don't know how to treat it. If you ain't gotta go to the barbecue, don't show up. Don't show up with the brisket. If ain't no graduation, if it ain't no my grandma's 99th birthday, you don't need to be there. You don't. Like, I'm sorry for those of us who have bought the summer wardrobe. We not gonna need it. We ain't having no legit living it up summer like we thought. I got so much clothes in my closet with tags on it. Pointless. We gonna go right into September like summer ain't happened, and fall gonna come, and with fall coming is gonna be the next level of this corona stuff.
Right.
Mr. Bill Gates has already said this early this year. Their second rollout of this practice run, quote unquote, what he calls it, will involve blackouts. When you have blackouts over large spaces, that means you're not going to have no power. You're not going to have no necessities. Everything you need going to have to be in the house with candles, a flashlight, batteries, and a rechargeable system. And it will behoove you to have the right weapons for people who do not have what they need.
Right. Right.
But but this shit is, all of this is already out. It's just people refuse to believe it. People don't want to read it. And some people it matters and some people it don't. A lot of people it's not going to matter till it matters.
Right. And I don't like what they are doing to us. That's the thing. It's like these things are planned. Yeah. And we are being preyed upon, and it's unfortunate. And like I said, I almost went to a barbecue this weekend, but somebody who I thought somebody was gonna go, and then they end up not going. But I had went to my other friend's house by then. But, I mean, me, I believe, God saves us from something all. I'm like, well, maybe it wasn't meant for me to go because I was going to go. But, maybe God said, you can't go. It ain't a good choice. And, I haven't seen anybody, under the weather or anything like that. Not saying that they won't, but like I said, to that was just my disclaimer, my rant. I'm just getting sick and tired of the threats.
Yeah, I'm tired. This is what I'm tired of. I'm tired of hearing about everything, the evil rich is doing to the less than. And I'm tired of hearing about all the facts and people making videos upon videos and articles upon articles with no solution. If you're not going to get a solution and you're just going to sit here and make me feel less than, and you're just going to sit here and put fear into my space, then just don't say shit.
Right, because this is 2020. It's no way in hell it takes this long to come up with a cure. I'm sorry. It stopped.
It does take a while for them to create a vaccine that they want to release to the public. So the fact that we just got this corona, and the coronavirus is already patented, and the vaccine is already patented. You can find this online. It's not blocked from the public.
Right.
It tells you that this is just some game they playing.
Yep. It's all a game.
So my thing is like, let the best immune system win.
Right.
we are moving on from this because common sense is what common sense is going to be, and a lot of people don't have it because it's not
in vain.
That's it. Where are you about teaching your kids about puberty?
So I have a lot of talks with Journey about it, because she's a girl and I just can relate and I know more about it, versus Ashad. I feel like that's a conversation he'll be more comfortable with having with his dad. So I kind of like leave that up to him because he's kind of grown.
Trust his dad to be honest and have that?
Oh yeah. I mean, listen, it's your child too. You know what I'm saying? Be real with him. Be real. I mean, definitely, tell him what it is, because I don't know all of what happens to boys, you know what I'm saying, at certain ages. I'm not gonna lie. I have not researched it. I have not read up on it.
With my brothers in the house and me being the only girl, I seen where all my mom's washcloths went. I seen how crusty they are. I saw them stand up by themselves.
And see, that's why I don't want to have that conversation, because that's my baby, and Mama not ready for that. Mama don't want to have that conversation. I don't even want to know. And my sister, she thinks it's so funny to come and tell me, like, she took him a towel one night in the bathroom, and she runs out and she's like, "Oh my gosh, he has some hair down there." And I'm like, I don't want to know him like that, sis. I don't want to know. To me, he got a little baby ding ding and little baby balls. That's all I know. I don't want to know nothing else.
My mom used to have to go into the bathroom and bathe my brother at 13 because he didn't want to take a shower.
Oh yeah, I don't like.
When I tell him his piss was humbug, okay? He used to have this thing where he was like, "I only brush my teeth on special occasions." So I was like, okay. What are special occasions? When I'm taking a girl to the movies, when I'm going out with my friends, but other than that, I don't need to brush my teeth.
Wow. Yeah, Ashad is like that as well. If you tell him to do it, he's gonna get up and he's gonna do it. Now, showers, I don't know why he doesn't like to just go ahead and take a shower without someone telling him. But once he's in there for like a long time.
Oh my God. My nephew will take a shower for like a whole hour if you don't tell him to get the hell out.
Right. It's like, what are you doing? And he'll just be in there just like, because my sister has just a standing shower where, you know, it's a seat, no bathtub or anything. And he'll just be in there sitting down, chilling. And I'm just like, bruh, other people got to take showers too. You wasting water. Like, who does that? It's like, you can he won't go in there on his own, but, you know, once he's in there and he's actually going to wash and, you know, put his deodorant on after the fact. But Journey, I've had that talk with her because, like I said, I look at her and I can see her body developing, you know, quite quickly. And, you know, I mean, she knows mommy has a cycle that comes every month. And, you know, hey, don't lean here because my breasts are sore or I have cramps, you know.
Girl, when I tell you the girls be all up in the bathroom when I have my pad and my panty, what is that? Are you bleeding? Yeah. Do you need me to go to the pad?
Oh, yeah. They're always, Journey's like, do you need to go to the hospital? I'm like, no, I don't need to go to the hospital. Okay? It's don't happen every month. Get used to it.
Yeah, it's crazy. When it comes to the conversation of boys as friends or more, do you have to have that conversation or not yet?
Boys as friends?
Yes, or more conversation. Like, is she still illed out by the fact that a boy wants to kiss you or touch you or hug you?
No, Journey is how do I put this? Journey is team affection. That's what I'll say. Journey is team affection. Right. So she loves hugs. She loves kisses. Journey had like 5 boyfriends, you know, her first kindergarten, you know, year, first grade, which was this year, she had like 2 boyfriends. So, you know, sister is Journey living it up. Okay. Journey, like, yeah, he's my boyfriend. And I'm like, girl, if I ain't got a boyfriend, you ain't got no boyfriend.
So Anya was like, why you don't have a boyfriend? I said, because when you get over 25, you don't have boyfriends. You have a man that wants to come into your life and make things better. And I don't have that because I haven't seen one. And she was like, oh, so you need me to find you a man? So we go on Target.
Come on, Anya.
We go on Target. And so we pass this man. He got his sons in the cart. And he got a little muscle or whatever. I ain't really looking in the face because until I get my womb removed, I'm not making no eye contact with no man. I don't care how fine.
I'm done.
I wasn't looking him in the face. So as soon as we pass this man, Anya goes out loud, what about him? You said you needed a man. What about him? I said, Anya! Anya! Who told you anything? She's like, you did. Remember when we was in CVS and I asked you about those 2 men and you said, no, that's not it. Well, I was just asking, do you not need a man anymore? I said, no, not right now. I'm on pause.
Wow. My kids are still stuck on their dad. They are team dad, team, work it out, do what you got to do. So yeah, they're still team dad. As far as have I had that talk with Journey? Yeah. I honestly, I ain't gonna lie. I'm one of those parents, you know, I kind of think it's funny. I think it's a little cute that she thinks she has these boyfriends and stuff like that because my mom restricted us a lot. And it was just like, you don't have boyfriends. You have boys as friends. And that caused me personally to be very sneaky about what I did. Because it was just like, you know, you're making it bigger than what it is. Like at that age, like middle school, it's like when I'm calling somebody my boyfriend, obviously we ain't doing nothing but talking about being boyfriend and girlfriend.
So my question for you is, when are you going to make that transition to have that discussion with Journey about, okay, you in 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade? Because to be honest, a lot of these kids are doing sexual acts at 8.
Right, absolutely.
Aria's dad lost his virginity at 9.
Oh my Jesus.
My thing is, and then we have parents like Boosie that getting grown women to give his
girl.
Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Please follow us as in me, at Cozy Womb Pod on Twitter. Please follow the Facebook page at Cozy Womb Podcast. I need some feedback about these episodes. I've been doing episodes since 2018. I want to say March. And I feel like in 2018, it was a lot more feedback that I was getting from the episodes. And now I'm kind of really wondering, like, what do parents or soon-to-be parents or listeners need from, like, other parents? Or what do you want to know? Or what are you mostly curious about that you would like to be talked about, that's not talked about enough? And if I have an experience with it, I would love to share it. I'm really curious on what is it that I haven't shared or I haven't done an episode. I feel like I've touched bases on most things. The only thing that I haven't touched base on purposely is women who have had miscarriages, because I've never experienced that. And I don't like to do episodes on things I haven't experienced because I don't know what that's like. But if you guys would want to share any feedback, please check out the Cozy Womb Podcast Facebook page and the Twitter. DM me on IG at Cozy Womb Pod. I answer my DMs frequently. If there's any podcasters out there or anyone that's interested in any type of branding of their, product, I don't mind adding it into the show. If that's something you're interested in, just please email me at cozywombbmama@gmail.com. Hope you guys enjoy the show. Would love your feedback. If this is a show that you're interested in, please subscribe. And please leave a review on Apple Podcasts app. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye.